Okay. Orange. Almost good to go. Mm-hmm. Hey Les, what's going on? Finish your chores already? I just started the game up, so you didn't miss much. Okay. This text message is coming in loud and clear. Okay, so this one I think I'm supposed to be going. Okay, it looks like yeah.
What light from yonder balcony breaks? Come on down and say hello.
Oh, that's right. This guy wants me to go downstairs. That's right. Okay, yeah. Good. All the chat is coming through on the screen. Okay. You want me to turn my mic up? Well, that's probably me because I was talking low. But the mic should be max. Let me check. How am I coming in now? Okay, hold on. What about now? Does it sound a little clearer, louder? Should be good there. Okay, perfect. All right, good. No more interruptions. Let's get into this. Been a long, what, month almost? No making. Let's see.
Honestly, how long do you intend to keep me waiting?
I remember this guy from the initial game.
My friend. Still
Is the
playing
game slow? I mean, low like the volume?
you, young man.
Because it sounds really low on my end. Because I know I turned it down
Been entrusted with a
in the
singular
settings.
retrieving one Aerith gate.
Me?
You come alone?
It only takes two to tango. Besides, you and I like to go big, and a venue this small just won't do.
Yeah, it's quiet, right? That's what I thought.
I found
Yeah, because of the settings I have for it. So let me just turn it up here.
city above, where we can dance up a storm.
There you go. That
Seek
should be
me
a little
out,
better.
and we'll put our last performance to shame, with a show none shall ever forget. You got some weird friends,
Yeah,
man.
weird as fuck. It's definitely a weirdo.
We might want to think about getting out of here. These people don't
Okay,
need
so
more
now the
trouble.
game is coming out better. Okay,
You said
good.
to talk to Priscilla if we wanted to get topside, right? Let's go find her.
Yeah, I had to turn it on because Mortal Kombat was way too
Thanks for
loud.
dealing with that Shinra nut job.
So now I know how to go back and
Don't
forth.
you think for even a
If we
second
can-
we did that for you? The slime ball who sold us out.
Take it. Not much, but it's yours.
The hell's this supposed to be?
Your bounty. Part of it, anyway. You thought I'd put you through the ringer like that without making it worth your while? We're on the same side. Always have been.
And what if Biker Boy had taken us in?
Then I would have had to improvise. But I didn't, because it all worked out. Worked out fine. Like I pray it will for Yuffie upstairs.
What kind of crazy shit is that? They just basically snitched on them. They could have came out with a whole army looking for them. This is wild, dude. Who needs enemies with friends like that? That's ridiculous.
Be the voice of our great mother.
Yeah? No, I can't. Yeah, yeah it's not.
I'll tell you when. Before Shinra came along. We fight for a world untainted by their greed. A world with clean water.
What was that about?
Join us in the crow's nest and help us put an end to Shinra's tyranny.
What do you mean a time gap?
We're recruiting for Crow's.
What do you mean by that?
Ready for the new president's inauguration.
Pretty sure I've snuffed out all the competition there is around here.
Oh. I see what you mean. No, this game pretty much plays in the present. Unless they change this one. Because remember, I'm going off of the original. The original wasn't like you weren't playing a flashback, is what you're saying,
Another day in a life.
and then eventually you know you'll go back to the way the game is in the present time. It did that in the beginning. Actually, you're right. It did that in the beginning, but that was just because they were telling a story. But that was before you got out of Midgar, which is the huge city there.
Bigger QB fish than you young'uns can thrash.
Nah, let me do this.
All right, back in the water.
So yeah, they did do that
Back in the day.
because they were recounting the past.
Elevator's been shut
So
down.
I guess that's what you mean by that. So they did that in the beginning, but right now they're pretty much locked in.
Oh, hey you guys.
We talked to Yuffie. She said that you could show us a way to get up top.
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Oh, you
Although,
saw the
Yuffie's the one who
thumbnail?
Found it.
Yeah.
And according to her, that tanker's
Yeah, I decided to
quickest
just
and
use that
easiest way
same
into
one.
The city.
I'll probably just create another one, but I need to find a good picture for it.
See that?
This is
That
something
booth
nice.
Up there is the control
To switch it
room.
up, so that way you can tell which one, you know, what I'm streaming.
Someone
It'll be
lowers and
easier
sends it
that
back
way.
up, along with the others.
Problem is, how are we supposed to get to the controls?
High voltage?
Yep. It should just say no climbing.
So we're stuck.
Not with Mr. Dolphin. You wouldn't believe what he can do. Like when we met. See, I was out taking a swim all on my lonesome. At least I thought I was alone. But then, squeak, squeak, I hear this funny noise.
That's great and all, but we're in a hurry.
Hey! We're sorry, really.
And remember, it's
We'll
not a
make sure
bird,
to
it's
come back as soon
Chocobo.
as we're done. You can finish your story then. How does that sound?
Chocobos are
Okay,
hilarious.
promise.
Especially the Red 13 on there. The dog,
Never done it before?
essentially.
My arm, your arm, bam! Oh, gotcha. Awesome.
All right then. Now what?
Now we ask Mr. Dolphin to get you up. With his help, it'll be a cinch. Okay, which one of you wants to go flying?
Got you written all over it, Merc.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna change the background, but I'm gonna keep the same indicator
Great.
showing that
Just
I'm
let me
live
know when
streaming.
you're ready to go.
That for sure. Because I put that in the thumbnail. But if you think it's a good idea to just keep it the way it is, I'll do that. It's fine. I'll create a second one just in case. I'm trying to just get into the getting used to creating thumbnails. Oh, okay. Go ahead and handle that. Get some napkins.
Come on, class.
It's pretty fun, though. It's cool. They didn't have this in the original at all. gotta catch the blood with something though. You can't just let it sit there. But yeah, and drink some water too.
Come on, Cloud. You got this.
Usually that could be a indication that you're dehydrated, maybe. Oh, I see. I'm just supposed to get around, man. Oh, we're doing them on purpose. Just confusing. You're what? Dehydrated?
Come on, Cloud. You got this.
Okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay.
Come on, Cloud. You got this.
Now I have an idea what I'm supposed to be doing. I should do. There we go. Oh no, not yet. Oh, flavor pack? Okay. Definitely want to stay hydrated, that's for sure. Yeah, I know, right? It does remind me of something similar. This is definitely something they added on. This wasn't in the original game at all. This wasn't a thing. So they just keep finding ways to add like little mini games, which is cool. It's fun. This actually reminds me of, I don't know if you ever heard of that game, Echo the Dolphin. This is what that reminds me of. Press it too early. Yeah, you actually bring me back with that, with Mario and Yoshi. I used to love playing those Mario games. They're so much fun, especially Super Mario World. All that. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You see what I mean? How they're trying to make everything into like a mini game. Because in the older games, they would just kind of do this for you. Now they're trying to make everything more interactive.
Your ride's right here. The ship's
It's
not
kind of
far,
weird how
so
they
you'll
do
be there
that.
in no time.
It's like they realize how people just lose interest in games really quickly. The game just kind of runs it for you for the most part. So now every little thing, like they make you want to, they make you have to do it. So this is a little odd, but.
Careful. You've been a huge help, Priscilla. No prob. Well, guys and girls, and, dog, I'll see you later.
And the dog. Look at the dog.
Have fun!
You wish there was a mode that you could ride on Red 13? Yeah, I don't think he's big enough to be ridden like that. And he's pretty scrawny to have one of these characters just ride on him. So I don't know how that would work. I don't think he's made for riding. Most dogs aren't, let alone thinking he's some kind of wolf hybrid, obviously.
Meet you at the top.
But now that you say that, I wouldn't be surprised with the way things are going in this game right now that they have a mini game with him usable. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. And there are a bunch more characters that still haven't come in the game that you haven't seen yet. Kate Sith, which is a cat, a little cat riding a big robot cat. Nah, are you like Yoshi's actually like big and stout, like he's thick enough, like he's strong enough. It looks like Red 13 just looks kind of like a scrawny dog almost. I don't think that dog's made for riding. Not with some character with a machine gun on his arm for one thing. Maybe the girls, maybe, but not the guys. No. Let alone this, this big sword coming out of this guy's back. I don't know. President Rufus. You fight him in. I fought him in the first game when we're trying to get out of Midgar. But it looks like he's enjoying the attention more than the president. Take the machines off.
Ah, there you are.
Let's move.
So it looks like this machine's on, is it? No, it's not. Like they're teasing people with soda machines on.
I can't believe we get to see the new president in person.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. His big sword on top of that. He would be stabbing him to death every time he tried to gallop anywhere. It wouldn't work out. It wouldn't work out.
Less security than I thought.
More worried about the parade?
Guess things have changed. They got higher priorities.
Personally, I think that's a good thing.
The city's size, on the other hand. The robed men won't be easy to find.
They're definitely not here. Let's head into town.
Oh yeah. It would definitely be hilarious. It's a similar situation with him riding the Chocobo. That's ridiculous. And that was genius all at the same time.
We cannot let Mk1 win. Not our
Come on, let me make sure I'm not missing any weapons or anywhere else to go here? No.
We cannot let Mk1 win. Not on our own home turf.
Any idea what that is?
Oh,
The
it's the
highway.
airship. The highway.
Shinra's pride and joy.
Actually, in the original game, that's
Fastest,
the
most advanced
airship that
airship
we
in the fleet.
get. You actually ride around in it.
Let's take that.
I
Unless you
wonder
got a
if they're gonna
trained
let us
crew
use it
and
now,
piloting skills we don't know about. We're sticking with the boat.
because it's
That's too
pretty
bad.
early to
Would've
get
been
that.
perfect.
Hey, beggars can't be choosers.
With that airship, we will be riding around the whole time. Appropriate. Why? What makes you think that? Listen, if you're gonna handle Mortal Kombat, this game is just fine. This game is pretty PG-13 for the most part. You'll have some stuff here and there, but it's nothing like Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is rated mature, it's for 18 plus. I think you'll be alright.
Make a good impression.
Nah, you'll be fine. This game doesn't have any crazy content like that. It's made for that reason, so that way they could reach people from all audiences, all ages.
Word of advice. Just gotta make a good.
Do we have to?
You've all worked your asses off for this. Believe me, it shows. Hmm? Do you need elevators just over there if you want to get back to town?
Have you seen the engines?
Kind of chest. It's huge. Yeah, it's just how they remember it too. That's exactly. It looked very similar in the original game. Oh yeah. You know, luckily you see that thing in the middle of the screen there on top center. You know, that helps you figure out where you gotta go. But there's a lot of exploration to do in this game in comparison to the original. The original, you had a lot to explore too, don't get me wrong, but this is just on a whole other scale. Let's see. Yeah. Figured. Nobody said anything so far, so what's the difference?
How long now until the rehearsal?
That's the ticket. I tell you, I played yesterday.
Word of advice. Do not piss off Director Heidegger.
Huh.
No, we'll leave them be. For now. Enter.
An emissary from Wutai is here, sent by Viceroy Saruf. Oh? He introduced himself as Colonel Glenn Ladbrock.
Well, it doesn't start from where the game ends.
All right.
It starts from where the game ends in the first part, remake. But the game isn't necessarily over. Because the way they did it in the original Final Fantasy VII, there were 3 discs, 3 CDs. So, you know, once you got done with one part, you had to put in the next disc and continue on from there. So that's what they're doing with this game. They're actually going to make 3 parts, like 3 discs, and they split up the story between those 3.
I thought you were dead.
A lot of people were angry about that because it makes it seem like it's a cash grab. Because it's like, why not just all do it in one big game, right? But the way the game is huge.
Let's cut to the chase.
If you look at the file size just for this game alone, it'd be ridiculous.
The Viceroy and your late father had big plans. I assume you intend to carry them out?
Correct.
So remake, this is the sequel to remake. And then there's another part coming. I think it's supposed to be the last part, the 3rd part.
And this battle for the Magnus Materia demands commitment from both Wutai and Shinra.
Thank you. I'm aware. But my father is dead, which changes the equation. A new vision is required.
What is this guy?
You always did prefer to march to the beat of your own drum. This new vision include your fairy tale promised land? You Shinras, you take
I'm not sure.
You take, you never give back.
I'm really not sure. I never thought about it.
Left to you.
I didn't think they were going to be making like different names for them either, because the other ones, it didn't have different names. It was just disc 1, disc 2, and disc 3.
Can put things right. Beget anger,
I guess out of anything, I would say Final Fantasy VII: The Reckoning. Nah, Reckoning doesn't sound the right. No, yeah. I can maybe see Reckoning, but I don't know. They haven't announced it either. Remastered? Well, they already have Final Fantasy VII Remastered. Remastered's very different.
Know when to ease off the gas.
They just remastered the Tomb Raider series. They've remastered this game so many times, but all it is just really the same game being upscaled.
To fulfill.
But this game is a total. It's not an upscaling. It's a total change. It's a total makeover, and a huge addition to a bunch of small stories and big stories.
Before I leave, a message from the Viceroy.
And not only is it a complete remake like the original is called,
Mr. President.
they added on to the story and changed the story, so it's not exactly the way it was in the original. And I actually like that, because I wouldn't really want to just get another copy and paste. Because essentially that's what a remaster is. It's just a copy and paste of the original game. They upscale the graphics, the special effects, and that's it. It's nothing special. They already have Final Fantasy 8. They got Final Fantasy 8, 9, 10, 11. It goes up to 15. Every single Final Fantasy, it's a different story. But this one, 7, since it was the most popular out of all of them, like 17, whatever it's up now. I think it's up on 15. But since it's the most popular, they focused on that. Because they pride themselves in every Final Fantasy game being a totally new game, totally new characters. They refurbish some things, like the Chocobos are in some of them, the Mughals. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Listen, they've been making Final Fantasy since Nintendo. They got them on Nintendo, Super Nintendo. No, not on N64. PlayStation 1, 2, 3. Trust me, they've got a ton of Final Fantasy. But if you look at them, you're going to think it's the same, but it's not the same game. They changed the system, the story, the plot, everything changes. So it's not like they're just using the same story and remaking it 15 different times. No. It's just totally different. Different timelines. There's the last one that came out was made in the medieval times from what I remember. So it's not the same. Not the same at all. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything.
This elevator connects to the offshore reactor via under Junon. Unauthorized usage is prohibited.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They have the original Final Fantasy series, and they have spin-offs of some of these. Like Final Fantasy 7 had a spin-off. I think Final Fantasy 10, 10 had a spin-off. It was the female, like a whole, what was it, Charlie's Angel thing going on.
Military outpost with its own offshore reactor. Critical line of defense against any seaborne assault.
Well, technically it's not really confusing because it's different. So it's not like they're just trying to make the story convoluted. But it's totally different from this game and the one before. See, Mortal Kombat's different. Mortal Kombat, they just keep grabbing the same story, the same characters, and they just keep dragging it on. And this one, they try to reboot the whole timeline like if it was a Marvel movie. I didn't like it. I thought it was pretty lazy.
What's that about?
I didn't like it. A lot of people didn't like it. It just seemed pretty bad in comparison to their games constantly making like Game of the Year, because the story is so great, the options they add in the game is great, the characters get better. But in this game, they just got pretty lazy. And the game is good now. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but I heard when it first came out, a lot of people didn't like it because it was just ran through. They didn't really put any effort into it. A lot of the characters were incomplete. The game was incomplete. It was glitchy. So there was a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Those troopers seemed pretty psyched for the parade, huh?
More like eager to prance around for their new paymaster.
The new Mortal Kombat actually came off to a lot of people, similar to what happened in Street Fighter V, where they didn't even have a story mode when the game came out. Apparently,
What?
didn't even have a I think it had a versus mode, but Street Fighter V didn't even have a versus mode. It didn't have a story mode or versus mode. It just had practice and online. That's it. It's like they were trying something new, and it just didn't work out. And I was thinking of something else. I forgot what game that was.
First, the Turks say,
There's
do
another game
whatever,
that
we're
tried
not after
something
you.
similar, and
But
it just
then
failed.
Cloud's biker buddy rolls up and says he
Oh
is.
yeah, Marvel's Capcom Infinite.
Okay, but how? We
They
can't
did
just
this.
walk up to the
Capcom did the
president
same
in
thing with
street.
that game, and it was just incomplete. People liked the game, but then they got shut down by Disney, so they took the rights and they couldn't really do much with the game. So the game they just abandoned the
The
game.
city's crawling with Shinra troopers. We join the parade. Hide in plain sight. Get in, get close. Get
Well,
answers.
essentially, that's what they've done with this game. That's why they've decided to retell it.
Barrett, Brett, you guys find a route
So
to the port.
that's why we're getting a remake of it. None of the other Final Fantasy ever got a remake. This is the first one to get a remake. The first one. So that's why this game was really popular when it came out. It launched with the PlayStation 1 around the same time, if not a little afterwards, maybe a month later. I remember because my friend Tito, he got it for Christmas, and he got it with the game.
This way?
And he was all over that. He was all over that game. It was a lot of fun. So that's why you see a remake to this game, because essentially they're remaking it because it's such a popular title.
Spare uniforms can be found here.
Even though all their other ones are good, just never reached the levels of this game. I'm
Now we're
assuming
talking.
because this is the only one they've ever remade.
They're
Even though this story is great,
Ready to suit up?
there's one that I actually like more than this one, which is Final Fantasy VI in Japan. In the US, it's Final Fantasy III. That game, I wish they would remake that game. That game came out on Super Nintendo. Very good game. Very good game. So yeah, I think that's, if they're gonna remake another one, I hope that's it. Atwater circulate to remake Final Fantasy VIII too? Nah, they're not gonna remake that one. Even though I personally liked it,
What do you think you're doing?
that game wasn't that popular. And I guess in comparison to the others that they've made. I personally liked it, but I know it had its downfall. But it was still a good game, as far as I was concerned. I will, hold on, give me 1 second. I just want to check the other streams just to see something. How is it? How's the stream going on your end? Because it says excellent on my end, so that means you should be seeing everything as I'm seeing it. Luckily, I'm looking back on them, and I don't see any skipping and lag and nothing, none of that, which is great. Finally, I knew it wasn't the internet. It was something else going on. It was one of the settings on this OBS that I have. Something was going on. Luckily, I'm happy to finally have that worked out, because that was getting ridiculous. It's good? Good. Good. Let's continue. Let's continue. Alright. Anything else here? No, there's not.
It's been a while.
Have you ever played Final Fantasy VIII? Have you seen anything like as far as artwork and all that? It's actually a cool title. I really enjoyed it, but a lot of people didn't take too kindly to it. A lot of people liked Final Fantasy IX also, which I didn't like. I didn't really put much attention into that game. Because that game reminded me of Dragon Ball GT.
Maybe. But don't forget, you gotta.
Oh, you seen a little bit of it?
Just do what I do, alright?
Also, I'm guessing you've seen something like Squall. I forgot the name of his rival in that game.
Head to Starboard Junon when you're ready. Better hurry. You don't want to be the reason your team is disqualified.
Move it!
Have you seen videos or just artwork?
It's the damnedest thing. But I don't recall seeing the three of you at practice. Am I to assume that you simply forgot?
Sorry, sir.
Sorry, sir.
You're sorry? Do you have any idea how important today's ceremony is? Do you, maggot? Form check now. You will give your commander a flawless performance.
Oh my god.
And
See, here
if
we
you
go.
show her anything less than perfection,
See, they had certain things like this.
I'll feed your ass to a behemoth.
Like these little side quests, like right now. But not a whole lot. So now they're emphasizing adding a lot more.
Just follow my lead. I still remember the basics.
I'm having second thoughts, you guys.
What the hell are you doing over there? The commander is waiting!
Sir!
Cloud's design? No. You mean Squall. Cloud is him, the one with the big sword. Squall
to you three.
is a different character.
guts
He's the one.
skipping
He's the
out
main
on
character
purpose.
for Final Fantasy VIII.
That, or you're idiots.
Let's
He may
find
look
out,
similar,
shall we?
but not even,
I'm not
because
about
he
to
has
take
actually a
any
different
chances
weapon. It's a
today.
gun sword.
I'm
So
warning
the
you
sword
now,
shoots
though.
like a gun, but it
One
also
slip up
slashes
and
like
I'll
a
tuck you
sword.
straight into a Marlboro's mouth. Clear?
So it's very different. Oh well, you know, the handle is a mix between a handle of a sword and a gun trigger. So he can hold it and slice you with it, and when he hits you with it, he could shoot you. That's normally how it works. He doesn't really shoot it from a distance like an actual gun would be. He just adds it like an extra hit as it strikes you, or after it strikes you. Okay, hold on. Press the corresponding button when the glowing guide marker connects with the panel to improve your drill synchronicity, and impress the crowd. Input key, red diamonds, tap the button. Yellow pentagons, repeatedly tap the button. Teal pentagons, hold the button. Red tap, yellow, repeatedly tap, and hexagon hold. Alright. Yeah, you have to see it. It was a unique design. I'll give you that. It's a unique sign, but any kind of practicality, I don't know. It was just cool in the game.
Is this a game to you?
Oh no. I'm feeling horribly. Feeling horrible. Okay, red, press once, hold.
Concentrate.
Okay, once it touches, okay.
I'm not laughing, troopers. What was that?
Okay. That was terrible. That was terrible. You mean Barrett? Nah, it's nothing like Barrett. Barrett actually has the Gatling gun on his arm. It's not the same. But you must be talking about Barrett if you're talking about the big black dude in this game.
I'm not laughing, troopers. What was that?
Apparently I need more practice. Yeah, Barrett, that's what I figured you were talking about. He's the only one in this game with a gun. Oh, no. Well, at least one on his hand. There's another character that has a gun.
Once more.
His name is Vincent. But he's a different type of character. He's like a vampire. He's supposed to be in this part of the game, but you don't actually get to play with him. Because in the original game, he was in there, but he was more of an alternate character, so he wasn't part of the full story. He was just part of the story at a certain point.
Concentrate.
Okay, took too long now.
Is this a game to you?
What? Okay.
Concentrate.
I guess I press it too. Yeah. Yeah, there's a guy that he's like a vampire. Yeah, trust me.
Ready? Begin.
When you see the character, he's very cool. Because his limit breaks are very nice. Because his limit breaks, he turns into different beasts. So I want to see how they're going to actually implement that in this game. Because in the original, the fighting was just pretty plain. It was just very basic for the Final Fantasy series. Turn-based And they actually have remnants of that in this game. So you could play as the old system, or you could freestyle like the way they have it in the new one. What? Press it on top. What is it? Remember, this is a fantasy game.
What was that?
What? Come on.
I'm not laughing, troopers.
Oh my god. This whole side thing is annoying. Well, remember I told you, I don't think you've seen that character yet. Kate Sif.
Ready?
I'm not sure if he's in this game yet.
Let's see what you've got. Now.
But he's a small cat on top of a huge, like, robotic cat. And he's a playable character. So that's what I'm telling you. The cast of characters in this game is, come on, like, listen, we got a dog riding a big bird called the Chocobo. Like, you can't be too surprised of the characters that you know, that you encounter in this game. Can't be too surprising.
What was that?
Oh my god. Here we go.
Pathetic.
Oh, so I wasn't tapping fast enough.
Concentrate.
That's why it disappeared. Okay, I figured. I guess this is it. If I don't have to do it, you know, this is kind of whatever. Because I guess I gotta practice in order to do it. In order to pass through this sequence.
That was a disgrace! But your confidence, I commend. He'd serve as a sterling example to the others, ma'am.
I wonder what would have happened if I would have actually passed through
You are hereby
that.
promoted to Parade Captain of Midgar's 7th Infantry. You will be our model trooper, the one to march at the head of our drill team. Which means that our performance, satisfactory or otherwise, is now your responsibility.
Ma'am.
Yeah, you see, I wonder how the dialogue would change there. If I would have actually passed it. Or passed it with a better score.
As parade captain, you will round up your fellow troopers currently on leave in Larboard Junon. You will recall that, to march in the parade, each drill team is required to muster 5 units or more. Look for the 7th Brassards. They'll identify the best from the rest.
Once assembled, you and the team will report to Starboard Junon.
I'm about to get off of here too in
Tardiness
5
will
minutes.
not be tolerated. Now, make us proud.
Ma'am!
I'll definitely be back on later, maybe, if not tomorrow. Captain follows you to locate the 7th Infantry. Assemble your drill team. When you have at least found 5 units, you can fine-tune your performance with line up with L2. Note that certain units unlock different formations. Successfully performing more difficult formations will improve your rating. You see all this extra stuff. This wasn't even in the original. Injustice 2. What do you know about Injustice? Injustice 2, I have both of them. I actually have it on the PlayStation 5 right now. I re-downloaded them not too long ago. That one I didn't play as much, but the first one I was really good at. I didn't win tournaments, but I got top 8s and all over the place. And top 8 at EVO. in Injustice, the original. That game was a lot of fun. Part 2 was good, but it just wasn't the same as Part 1. But I did have a lot of fun playing with Injustice.
This is a big opportunity.
I didn't even know you knew about that game.
Boy, that was lucky.
Hey, you sure about this? Is the parade really gonna get us to Rufus?
The parade won't, but the presidential commendation will. That's how these things go. The president himself gives the award.
Wow. That's some plan. I mean, it's risky, but...
Gotta go big or go home, right?
I've actually wanted to play that game. That's why I re-downloaded it. Because in the Part 2, I used to use Hellboy. In the first one, I played Doomsday. That's why you see my avatar picture as Doomsday. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's definitely Injustice. It's a very good game. A lot of people were wondering if they were going to make a third part. They probably will, but not anytime soon. I'm not sure. Okay. That's right, I forgot because I was at
Ready
the
to
bottom of
rally
the
the troops, Captain?
Yeah, just remember, Midgard, 7th Infantry.
Anyone with one of these guys, right?
Come on.
All right. Ooh, perfect timing,
that's
Captain.
mine there.
Would you mind taking the picture so I can get in there? Whenever you're ready, sir.
Oh, that's not him. That's a cutout of him. So I said, like, how would he pop up there? Oh, that's a good idea, actually. That's exactly what I wanted to do with my son. He likes, well, you know, I showed him a bunch of old games and old movies, the differences. Okay. How long am I supposed to be taking these weird old pictures? All right. But you definitely love taking pictures. What's going on here? Oh, there you go.
Thanks a bunch. Oh,
The trigger was
wow.
stuck. No wonder.
This is really something, sir.
Break time's over, people. The parade's about to begin. Follow me.
Yes, sir!
Oh, okay. I used to watch Nickelodeon a lot. Like Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats, one of my favorite shows. Arnold's Modern Life. No. Rocco's Modern Life. Hey Arnold. And that's all I can remember right now. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to call it for a day because I have something I have to do. Hey, thank you for tuning in again. Glad to see everything's going good with you. And I'm glad to hear you finally got your 3DS. So that's definitely good. If I don't see you later today, I'll definitely be on tomorrow. No doubt. Because now that the stream is working good, you know, I'm on there. So luckily everything's good. Thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely appreciate it. Hopefully we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good night if I don't talk to you, Aiden. Okay. Yeah, I could definitely do that. So that way I can make sure you tune in. I'll continue. I'll probably be on before, but I'll continue Final Fantasy when you get on. So that way you won't miss it, okay? What time is it that you have now? Are we on the same time zone? Because I have 7:22. So are you on the same time? I just want to make sure. I think you're an hour. Okay, same time. Okay, cool. So I'll see you at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Have a good night.